Welcome back to the Her Best Self podcast. I am so excited to hop on the mic today. Happy Monday. It is a great one. Today, we're going to talk about the 14 different reflections from my last 14 days on our family beach vacation and how you can apply these reflections to your recovery journey. I can't wait to jump right into today's show. Let's get into it, friend.
Hey girl, welcome to the Her Best Self podcast. I'm Lindsey, former competitive figure skater and perfectionist, turned God-led imperfect boy mom and digital CEO. If you find yourself constantly thinking about food and wondering if you'll wake up one day free from the obsessive thoughts and behaviors controlling your life, then I've created this podcast for you because I know exactly what it's like to be a downright hot mess trapped in a destructive cycle of disordered eating. I finally found freedom, and you can too, girlfriend. So if you're ready to heal your relationship with food and body and break the chains of control and show up in your best health, then grab your favorite Tarjay journal and let's get to it so you can start living your best life as your best self.
Girl, hey, okay. So I'm just going to level set with you because I have a case of the Mondays. I have been gone on vacay with my 3 boys for the past 14 days. We got home yesterday. And we always go to the beach house every summer. And we got home yesterday, and I feel like my life is just up in shambles. Do you ever return from a trip and you are so happy to be home, but you should be well rested, yet you feel exhausted at the same time? Like you need a couple more days just to reflect and level set and remember what life was like before you took your family on a vacation? Well, that's me. And my mind is a little all over the place as I dive into the week. And on top of that, I came down with something the last couple of days that we were on the trip. And so I was beginning to lose my voice, but God is good. And so I'm able to talk today in the mic to you because I wanted to share with you in today's episode the 14 reflections from my last 14 days on our vacation. Because I feel like as I was able to really get present with my life while I was gone, I was coming up with all these creative ways and creative ideas and things that just gave my heart, my soul, my mind so much life. And I wanted to be able to share them all with you. But I realized that I sound a little grumpy today, like my voice is raspy. And I just want you to know I wanted to come in, share these tactical 14 things, get on the mic, friend, tell you how much I love you, tell you how much you are worthy, and then I'm going to let you go because I need to rest my voice. But it is a great day indeed. We had such a wonderful trip. It's never a dull moment with young kids. Many of you know me by now being a listener to the show, but if you're new here, I have a 9-year-old and a 5-year-old, both boys, and they can drive me crazy in addition to my husband. And my dog and I, who Zaya Sky, she's a female, she's a silver lab. I love her to death. Her and I were looking at each other like these crazy characters. Like, can we deal with these kids? Can we deal with these characters for the next 14 days? And so it was definitely such an eventful and wonderful time. Never a dull moment, but there were many years ago in my life, for one, that I never thought I'd ever be able to have kids because of what my anorexia did to my body. But for two, I never would have imagined myself being able to go away for 14 days and coming home and having absolutely zero guilt, absolutely zero shame, and really just feeling so grounded in my truth and my purpose, being good and in love with my body and accepting my body and just loving my life for all that it gives me. And there were many years that the struggle of my eating disorder completely jaded and clouded me from being able to think that was possible. And so this one experience, like the overarching takeaway from today's show, is that life is so grand and there's so many moments that you have yet to experience that you can't even believe are there for you yet because you may be trapped and stuck in these unhealthy patterns of food controlling your life. And friend, if you hear anything today, I just want you to hear this message of hope. Like, you can go on vacation. You can experience life that you don't even need a vacation from. But when you're on vacation, you can love yourself, love your body, accept who you are, and get to know you. And that's what I did during the last 14 days, was really trying to get grounded in my truth, my purpose. How can I show up for all the women across the globe? How can I show up for you to be able to bring you love and to be able to bring you what exactly you needed? And so I wanted to share with you the 14 reflections from my last 14 days of vacay. Here we go. Grab a pen and paper because I am just going to spark the hot fire at you today, friend. Number one, rest is essential. Rest is essential. I know we hear this all the time, but in a world where it's fun to be busy and be productive and go, 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 for me personally, it's really hard to take a rest. In fact, taking rest for me has always felt like I was lazy, or I wasn't earning something. I wasn't achieving something. I wasn't accomplishing something. In fact, taking rest for me meant I had to sit with myself. And when I sat with myself, sometimes I didn't like the thoughts that came up, right? All these thoughts around my body and thoughts around control and thoughts around what I was going to eat next, what I wasn't going to eat next, how I was going to work that off, or what exercises I needed to do tomorrow. Like, I never understood that rest was essential. But one thing I learned about being gone is that rest is not only essential, it is so valuable and beneficial to our lives because it lets our body reset. In terms of physical rest, in terms of mental rest, in terms of spiritual rest, spiritual breaks, mental breaks, and physical breaks, they're all important. Your body isn't meant to continue to function at such high levels of capacity. And so, friend, if you have been overperforming, and you need permission to give yourself some rest today, let me grant you that permission, because rest is essential, and it's one thing that I truly cherished while I was gone. Number two is that sun, sand, and sea salt are nourishment to the soul. And I truly believe this. I feel like in some other lifetime, I must have been a dolphin or something. Like, I don't even know. My spirit animal is actually the turtle. And I'll talk more about spirit animals because they really are helpful in recovery. But the sun, sand, and sea salt were perfect for me this past week. I felt like my skin, it just needed that sea salt, and the sun, I needed that vitamin D. Like, I just needed it. And being out in the sun and feeling the sand between my toes, you feel so small when you have an experience with nature where you're really present and intuitive there while you're there, closing your eyes, feeling the breeze, looking at a thunderstorm on one half of the beach occurring. And then on the other half, it was like sunny as all get out. I've never experienced that before. And to see God's work, to see nature at its finest, I realized how small I am here. But then looking at a grain of sand, I realized how much purpose I have here. How much purpose I have here. And you do too, friend. Number three is changing your environment can change your perspective. I am all about vacation mode. I mean, I literally could live on vacation mode. However, sometimes people just change their geolocation and they feel like their life is going to change. But if you are stuck in unhealthy behaviors and patterns, it's really important sometimes to get out of that stuckness, to get out of that same environment. You can't heal in the same environment that keeps you sick, okay? And so for me, changing my environment during my recovery was really important to me. It was something that I did. I couldn't sit in the exact same room that was keeping me trapped and change my behaviors. I had to change my environment. And even this past 14 days, literally leaving our house, which I work in, right, every day, and coming to a place that was full of light and sun and outside of the norm and maybe outside of my comfort zone. But anyways, it changed my environment and it changed my perspective. It gave me some freedom. It gave me some exploration opportunity. It gave me the ability to grow because I had to get out of the current comfort zone. And friend, maybe you need that right now too. Change your environment and see if you can change your perspective simply by changing your environment. Number four, this kind of goes with number three, but no matter where you are, you take you with you. Hear me. No matter where you are, you take you with you. In fact, there was one point during the vacay, probably around day 7, where I looked at my husband and I was like, yep, we're just taking our crazy circus of monkeys right on with us to the beach. Like nothing changed. There were still little boys running around the house at each other, wrestling on the floor, jumping off of bunk beds. Like everybody was fine. We were all just fine, but it was taking our crazy with us. And sister friend, you take you with you no matter where you go. So while vacation is super fun, you take your thoughts with you. You take you with you. And something that really, really was imposed on my heart while I was gone was that you need to love you, and maybe not love you right now, but can you accept you? Can you appreciate you? Can you accept and appreciate all that your body has done for you, even when you may need to apologize to it? And maybe that's where the healing truly begins for you today. No matter where you are, you take you with you. So it's the most important journey in recovery is to challenge those thoughts and those beliefs and those limiting behaviors that have been keeping you here. Because once you can give yourself the grace, the permission, the compassion to move forward, friend, you're going to start loving you again. And you take you with you wherever you go. So why not love who you are? Number 5, sitting in silence, literally morning solitude, is freaking life changing. And I'll just add with a cup of coffee to that. Sitting in silence over the past 14 days. I mean, my kids wake up super, super early. So the butt crack of dawn, I cannot even have time to myself. But at the beach house, there's this wonderful wraparound porch. And I was able to enjoy my cup of coffee out there with the breeze and the sun and my Bible and my journal and sit in solitude. And I can't tell you the last time I've had an opportunity like that. And it was something that I truly looked forward to. I was able to reflect. I was able to be quiet. I was able to get present. And maybe you need that too, friend. Number 6 is recovery is possible. In fact, you can go on vacation and not even feel guilty after returning from vacation. And I wanted to share this one with you because I remember going on so many vacations and trips, going to so many places where I was forced to eat out or I wasn't around my safe foods or comfort foods. And I would feel guilty for having anything at all. Did I overeat? I feel like I did. Did I not eat during recovery? Maybe I should have eaten more, like all these things. But typically it was when I was restricting. Typically it was when I was scared to gain weight while I was gone on vacation. And then I would allow myself certain things because it was vacation. But then when I came home, it was like, I got to buckle down. I got to get back. I got to do the usual stuff. And friend, you can go on vacation for 14 flipping days and you can have an intuitive way of being in life that you have learned. And if you don't know how to do that, I'm happy to be your girl because I practice it. And this is where you can come home from vacation and you're not feeling that guilt. You're not feeling that shame because life hasn't changed. You're still living your truth wherever you are, no matter where you are, no matter what zip code you're in, you are living your truth without eating disorder. It's possible. Number 7, I'll take being present over being eating disordered any freaking day. I remember a couple of times my boys were like, Mom, let's go bike up to Surf and Spoon, which is this ice cream place. And, they get to put on all these amazing toppings. And we were just having so many present moments. Like, what are you getting today? I'm going to get the caramel and I'm going to do the sea salt pretzel. And it was just so fun to experience this with them, where if I would have been in my own head, if I would have been in my eating disorder behaviors that I was once in, I wouldn't have even wanted to go. I would have tried to come up with a reason not to go or a tactic to not go, or I would have gone and let them put all their toppings on and do all the things and just sat there. Instead, we were trying each other's ice cream and we were talking about life, and I was getting to experience my kids on a whole different level, on their level. And maybe you don't have kids, but just experiencing those that you love, being present in the moment, doing things with other people that may or may not revolve around food, but you being able to be there and not being so heavily focused on food that you can actually enjoy the moment. And I remember sitting there and just thinking, this is life. This is freedom. This is what I need to share with you today. This is it right here. Being able to sit and enjoy caramel sea salt pretzel ice cream with strawberries and Oreos. Like, I'm going to get that detailed. I never ever would have thought that that would have been my life ever. And it was something that I got to experience over the past 14 days. It made me think of you, friend. It made me think of the possibility. Like, if I can do this, if I can do this, you can too. It's so possible for you. Number 8 is that structure and routine are important. In fact, I didn't fall far from my structure and my routine. It's something that during my recovery process, I really clung to. I clung to prepping my snacks and making sure I had enough, prepping meals, making sure I had enough. I swear while we were there, we pretty much cooked everything like we do typically at home. And there were a few times, where we ordered out or whatever, but I always had meals ready. When you're going long days at the beach, it's important to pack. And so I had all of our lunches packed. I had extra snacks packed. And of course, there wasn't that opportunity to allow myself to restrict, right? There was no opportunity to go, well, we're at the beach. I don't have anything on hand. In fact, my husband pulled the freaking Yeti cooler all the way down the beach, and we had all of our snacks, all of our stuff, and we were prepped. And so structure and routine can still be something you implement and bring with you alongside a vacation, whether or not you're on vacation or not, but it can be a way for you to still feel in a safe zone of what you're used to within your life so that you're not triggered by any way, or that you can still live a life of intent and true intuitive freedom for you. And that's what we did these last 14 days. Number 9 is spending time journaling and reflecting. It truly is healing on so many levels. I won't go into too many details here because you can hear my voice is like slightly going away through today's episode. So totally give me some grace, friend. But spending time journaling over the last 14 days was something that I truly enjoyed and I need to do more of. In fact, it was how I recovered from my eating disorder. I journaled every single day. And I have not stopped doing that, but there are days where I skip or I miss. And so it really getting back to that was so fulfilling for my soul and for my heart. And I encourage you to do that too. And I'm going to do an episode on it upcoming. Number 10 is live for every moment. Get real with the moment, intuitive nature. I mean, there were times where we were like bike riding and going on yoga sessions and like doing those things. It was so fun to just be in the moment and live on the seat of the moment, especially for someone who is not very typical in the moment, right? I typically like the plan, and I'm sure maybe you're like that too. Maybe you like to know what's going to happen. And so you're constantly planning things. But just letting be and letting it be was such an important and freedom fulfilling thing for us over the last 14 days that I wanted to share with you. Number 11 is be a kid again. Ride the flipping go-kart. Jump in the water like a cannonball and dive in the wave with your hair looking like a wet rat when you pop up out of the ocean water. Like, who the flip cares? Sis, it's so important to be a kid again. In fact, it was so amazing to just watch my kids look at everyone like on the beach. No one was judging and nobody was thinking things. I mean, they were just, Mom, where's my swimsuit? Put the swimsuit on. Go to the beach. Life was so wonderful watching them and watching what truly matters instead of what we sit and tell ourselves in our mind based on these false beliefs. Sister, jump into the pool, put on the bathing suit, wear the shorts over top of it if you want to, but love who you are, be present with those that you love now, because you're gonna come to a point in life, and maybe you're there now. You just wish you could take the time back. And I've had many of those days where it's like, gosh, I just wish I could go back in time and tell myself, enjoy the day and stop counting the calories. Enjoy the day instead of worrying about where you're going to weigh tomorrow. Enjoy the day. And it surely doesn't take a vacation to enjoy the day, but it truly brings it in the forefront of your mind when you're just out there playing and living and loving. And that's what our life is for. The next one is number 12. If we spend time quiet, we can actually hear what's best and we can escape the busy and we can get present with our thoughts. And I know that that can be scary, especially when you're trying to heal from disordered relationship with food and your body. But if you don't allow yourself to think, how are you going to hear your thoughts over what your eating disorder wants you to hear and believe? So challenge yourself today to get quiet and silent and sit and think with you. Number 13 is fear is to be faced and embraced, and stepping in with faith always leads to growth. Friend, it's freaking scary. Change is scary. Life is scary. Curveballs are scary. Okay. And it's just being able to take it and realize that it's part of the journey. I was actually sitting one morning and just listening to podcasts and being present in the moment with myself. And there was this podcast that came on, and I can't remember all the details of it, but it said something that was so important. And it was like, whenever fear arises, dive into that fear. And that is how I live my life now. I can't say it's what I typically like to live, right, in my life. Because if you have that control type mentality or behavior or characteristics, it's hard to face fear and be good with it. But when you're living, truly living, and you're fearful of something, doing that very thing you're scared of is what is going to set you free. And this is so true for eating disorder recovery. The fear of gaining weight and then the fear of ever being able to recover is so real and raw that it hurts. In fact, I feel it in my bones whenever I think about how I felt when I was scared to death of it. And I know you're there probably right now. And so I want you to hear me. You're not growing if you're not scared. You're not living if you're not afraid. And it's stepping into that, which scares you the most, is what's going to set you free. It's going to get you what you want the most. And lastly is life is too short to be trapped in disordered eating. It's just too freaking short. It's too short. I want you to hear me loud and clear today. Have time today, this week, to reflect with yourself. I want you to make a promise to yourself that you're going to answer this one question. Why do I want freedom? Why do I want freedom from this? Why? What's your why? Because if it's scary and it feels hard and you're listening to today's show, then you're here for a reason. And it's probably because you want freedom from disordered eating. Whether or not you believe it, if you want it, it's possible for you, because that can set the ball in motion for your mind to start believing it's possible. And I'm proof that it's so. So friend, with that today, I want you to ask yourself this week, if you're struggling, why do I want freedom? What's the real why in your soul that you are tired of living this life chained to never feeling good enough, worthy enough, never feeling small enough, never feeling like you are even truly living or being, vacation or not. And it's possible to go on vacation and live, and it's possible to live and be, and it's possible to recover, and it's possible to continue to recover, and it's possible to find freedom. And I'm super sorry for my squeaky voice today, but if you've been listening this far, I want you to know it's possible for you today, friend. I hope today's show has blessed you. I hope it has warmed your heart. And sister, I see you. I can't wait to meet you. Come hang out in our private Facebook community. There's so much yet to be done over there. And if you're looking for more support, you can find me at lindseynickel.com. Go on over, fill out a client application, and let's get you in for some recovery coaching that I truly feel is going to change your life. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I'll talk to you soon, girl. Bye for now.
Oh, friend, thank you so much for letting me share what was on my heart today. My hope for this podcast is to help more women find freedom from food and body. If this has empowered or blessed you, let me know. I'd be honored for your rating and review of my show, and I'd love to connect with you in my private Facebook community. You really can move from perfection to purpose. Let's break the chains together. I'll help navigate the way. Until next time, bye for now, girl.